What's up, everyone? Richard here with a Legends Lore and More update, which, if you're new here, it's just a video where I talk about projects I'm working on, events I've attended, things like that. Basically, just a status update. Haven't done one of these in a while, so we are going to talk about some stuff. So, I put out a brand new series at the end of last year. Book 3 released in January. That was kind of taking up the majority of my writing time. So I hope you enjoyed it. The Bound by Blood series was very fun to write, and I liked the twist I threw into the series. If you've listened to them on here, hopefully you enjoyed them. So let's talk about what I'm working on right now. I started to work on a new series. Book 1 is finished. Book 2, I'm a little bit into it. I've hit a, snag, I guess you could call it. So I'm not a plotter. I make up everything as I go. So nothing is plotted out in advance. I have a general idea of how the story is going to work, or what I want to see happen. But in terms of uh, plotting, I don't do that. So there are times when I get into a story where I'm not sure what needs to happen or what's going to happen. And so I kind of just take a break from that. Um, and usually I'll just take a break and not work on anything. But instead, lots of people have been reaching out to me to ask about if there's more books coming in the Dragon Riders of Osnan series. There's 15 in it so far. I did end the 15th book with a clear indication there will be more, because I do have a plan to write more. But I wanted to take some time to write some new stuff, new characters, new worlds. I've been doing that. And so I am working on book 16 of Dragon Riders of Osnan right now, while my brain tries to figure out what I'm going to do with the new series. So I do have some title, a title for this one. I do have a couple books in mind to write, obviously for this arc. So book 16, Ash and Steel, and it is going to focus on some of the things that were loosely tied up at the end of book 15 regarding the Dragon Slayers. So you will see more of that. And there is obviously a power vacuum in uh, the world, as far as like the nobility, right? Without spoilers, some things happen, and so somebody is left leaderless. And there's one obvious choice there, minus civil war among nobles and stuff. So that will also be something that you could see some dealings with as far as what's going to happen. Um, and so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Book 16. I am over 50% of the way. I'm actually right about 75%. I write them shorter intentionally. So I've got about uh, 3 to 5 chapters left, and I'll tie up the ending of that book, and then I will start working on book 17, which is loosely titled um, "The Hollow Crown," and then depending on how the story goes there will I'll probably jump into book 18. We'll see. I may have figured out my plot issue with the new series, and I'll just jump into that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes as I get through it. But that's pretty much the plan right now as far as writing. I'm working on series continuation and a new series. Um, as for other stuff, I'm excited to announce that, if you didn't know already, if you don't subscribe to my newsletter or follow my Facebook page, I was invited to a short story anthology by Jasmine Young And there are, I think, 13, 15, 18, something. There's a lot of us. There were a lot of us in it. And we did a Kickstarter for it. Did very well. Jasmine ran that. It's her project. But we all pushed the campaign, and we all wrote a short story. And it is called Reign of Dragons. And it is just basically stories about dragons. For some of the authors, they wrote like a prequel or a tie-in short story to an existing series they have. I did not do that. I just wrote a completely brand new story, unrelated to anything I've done, and it was fun because it's written from the perspective of a dragon, which I've not actually done before. So that was fun. The campaign was for deluxe hardcover. I did not order any. I do have the paperback versions. I have a couple. If you're interested in those, because I don't think that's going to be coming to audio at all. It might, but the person that co-hosted the anthology with Jasmine, Robert Zangari, maybe you know him. He's a great guy. He has the ebook and audiobook rights. I believe audiobook rights to that. Either him or Jasmine have them. But regardless, short story anthologies generally don't get turned into audio because they don't really do much. And audio is expensive, as you know. So, but I do have a copy. I'll show you. The only place you can get these is from me at conventions. So, Reign of Dragons. And it includes stories by Tim Akers, Melanie Ansley. She's awesome. If you don't know her work, go check it out. Myself, Helen Garraway, Alexis D. Johnson, R.M. Krogman, Rocco Levitas, A.L. Lawrenson, Todd McCaffrey. Yes, that's correct. You heard that right. Eileen Mueller, also awesome. Andy Peliquin, another awesome person. Corey Ratliff, JDL Roselle, awesome person as well. Robert Ryan, R.M. Schultz, M.H. Woodscourt, Jasmine Young, and then Dan and Robert Zangari. So it's a stacked list, as you see all the names there on the spine. It also comes with some interior stuff like this color page, black and white page. And then in between, each story, there's a title page that looks pretty snazzy. So again, these are only available from the authors in person, possibly on websites. I do not have enough copies on hand to put them on my website just yet, so I will only have them at conventions for now. If that is something that you are interested in, let me know in the comments, and I'll work something out to get you a copy. Maybe a temporary listing on my website so you can order one. But that is essentially what I've been up to. I wrote a short story set in my Galactic Mercenary series. Very short, like 2,500 words. Essentially just a prequel, basically, showing the events that led up to them fleeing in the beginning of book one. So that was fun to write. Come back to that. It's been a long time since I wrote that series, 2018. So it's been a while. So I did that, and then I've been hitting conventions a lot. I think from the beginning of like mid-February through the end of March, April, sometime in April. I think I did like 8-9 weekends straight of events, convention appearances, all over the place. I went to Chicago. I went to Orlando. I've been to Lexington, Kentucky. I'm traveling all over the place. I was in Missouri. So lots of events. Driving a lot to go to these places. It's fun. I love it. But obviously, traveling does take away from writing time. So I am doing several more through the rest of the year. So as of recording this today, this weekend, July 11th, 12th, and 13th, I will be in Knoxville, Tennessee for Fanboy Expo. The weekend after, I will be in Miami for Florida SuperCon. I have a weekend home, and then Gen Con in Indianapolis, one of my favorite shows to do. That one is at the end of July, beginning of August. It's 4 days. It's one of the best. It's one of my favorites to do. So I'll be there, and then I'm pretty much home all of August as of right now until Dragon Con in Atlanta Labor Day weekend. So if you go to Dragon Con or Gen Con, those are two big ones. I've seen a lot of people hit the same ones. Come see me. For Gen Con, my table is Author's Alley Table H. And for Dragon Con, I don't know the booth number yet, but I will be part of the Side Street Book Market. I'll have signing times there. I'll be speaking on panels on the writer's track and the young adult track. So, yeah, if you're going to either one, stop by and say hey. No pressure to buy anything or, whatever. Chat with me about my books. Totally cool. That's kind of what I've been up to. Been very, like I said, very busy with events. I've done a dozen or more already. So I've got a lot. I typically do about 30 a year. This year, I cut out some smaller local stuff to do bigger shows, 3 days or more, 30,000 plus people in attendance or more, because I had a theory, which, I mean, it's obvious technically, but the theory was, if I do bigger shows where there's more people, statistically, I should be able to speak to more people and therefore move more books, sell more books, pitch more people. And so far this year, that has proven to be true. I've done bigger events for this year, and at each one, I've done very well. Some where I didn't do as well as I could have due to some factors I can't control, table placement in a bad section where not a lot of people are traveling through or things like that. But for the most part, all the ones that I've done have been very good. Last year, like sales numbers wise, last year, I have almost hit what I've done, what I did all of last year, and we're 6 months into the year. So if the trend continues, which I think it will, because all of the next big shows I have are very big, do very well at those. I will do probably double what I did last year just for convention appearance sales, which is great. Very good, very good. And then I've been working on foreign translations. Lots of my series have already been translated into French. They're doing very well in France. And then German, they've been in German. I'm adding some new books into German. And then I've been working on Italian and Dutch. So those are kind of the ones I'm working on. But that's what's coming. Yeah, that's what I've been working on. Not a whole lot to talk about in this video. We'll keep it slightly short. We're at 14 minutes almost, but that's kind of what I've been working on, things that are coming up. You can always go to my website, richardfierce.com, to see where I'm going to be. I do loosely keep on my projects tab statuses of what I'm working on. I haven't updated it in a little bit. I need to do that. But you can kind of see like where I stand with different projects, where I'm going to be for events. You can see the list of my books and all of that stuff. I have a shop on there. You can order books, ebooks. I will add audiobooks on there as well. I know you can listen here for free. But if you'd like to listen with no ads and own that audiobook file forever and ever, I'll make those available on my website, and you can order them from there. And yeah, it's pretty much all I've got for this update. Lots of other stuff life-wise going on, busy stuff, but nothing that pertains to writing. So won't talk about that. But yeah, if you have any questions, want to know anything specific, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And until next time, I'll see you then.